U.S. President Trump delivered a national address on Wednesday evening, providing an update on the ongoing Iran war. He emphasized the importance of the mission, dubbed Epic Fury for Global Security, and lauded what he called his administration's successes. President Trump reiterated his long-held stance that Iran must never possess a nuclear weapon, a goal he first articulated during his initial term. He stated that the United States is now on the verge of completing this crucial mission. "We will get the job done, and we will do it quickly," President Trump declared, extending thanks to regional allies such as Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. However, he did not specify a precise timeline for the mission's conclusion. According to President Trump, an Iranian nuclear bomb would pose a severe threat to both the region and the wider world. "That I will not allow," he asserted. He acknowledged, however, that past airstrikes have not been sufficient to completely destroy Iran's uranium facilities. The uranium, which Iran could potentially use to build atomic bombs, is reportedly hidden deep underground, requiring a complex on-site operation for its retrieval. President Trump indicated that reaching these sites could take months, adding that the United States is continuously monitoring known uranium facilities via satellite and stands ready to strike if suspicious movements are detected. President Trump portrayed the war against Iran as a major triumph, claiming that the Iranian Navy, Air Force, military production facilities, missile positions, and defense systems have all been destroyed. He stated that the strategic objectives of the United States have been all but fulfilled. Despite these claims of success, President Trump warned that Iran would be subjected to extremely hard attacks for another 2 to 3 weeks. He further added, "We will send them back to the Stone Age where they belong," and renewed threats of targeting Iranian energy facilities. Critics have accused President Trump of lacking a clear strategy throughout the conflict, pointing to the shifting war objectives announced since hostilities began more than 1 month ago. President Trump has repeatedly claimed that key goals, such as the destruction of Iran's Air Force, Navy, and missile arsenal, were nearly achieved shortly after the war's commencement. Iran, however, has consistently denied these claims and maintains that its nuclear program is not aimed at developing nuclear weapons. Indeed, President Trump has declared the war almost over on multiple occasions since it began at the end of February with massive airstrikes by the United States and Israel on Iranian military and nuclear installations. Yet, the United States has recently expanded its military presence in the region. The conflict has seen reciprocal attacks, with Iran firing rockets and drones at U.S. bases and allies, while Washington and Israel have bombed thousands of targets within Iran. Addressing global oil markets, President Trump highlighted that American oil production, boosted by fracking and increased drilling, has made the United States nearly self-sufficient, with minimal oil imported through the Strait of Hormuz. He proposed that other nations purchase crude oil directly from the United States. "Buy oil from the United States. We have plenty. We have so much," he urged. Notably, President Trump expressed disinterest in a U.S. military operation to secure the Strait of Hormuz, a vital shipping lane. He instead called upon countries that rely on the strait to take responsibility for the security of their own vessels there. Since the war's onset, the strait has been largely paralyzed, with hundreds of tankers accumulating as they fear attacks, severely impacting global trade. President Trump offered assistance in resolving the blockade, but stressed that the primary responsibility for the work should fall to other nations. "The Strait of Hormuz will then reopen by itself," he concluded, mentioning that the United Kingdom had recently announced a possible deployment. President Trump previously criticized allies, including NATO members, for failing to aid in securing the strait, even labeling them cowards. What's your take on President Trump? Iran war goals met, but more attacks ahead. Share your view in the comments. Do you think this will matter in the next news cycle? This video was generated using artificial intelligence